What is up, Karatics? Welcome back to the San Andreas Mercenaries update. Back to a day one content here. In this video, we'll be checking out the brand new Grotti Itali GTO Stinger TT. A very, very long name. It's kind of funny because we have the OG Stinger here. Where is it? It's not here anymore? What? Oh my god. I guess that's one of the other cars they removed. Yeah, I don't see it here. Wow. So Rockstar took the Stinger off the website. I don't see the Bullet either. Or the OG Coquette. We filtered it by price, so... Huh. Wow. Okay, well, the OG Stinger... we have the OG Stinger, so they kind of combine, like, multiple names together. We have the Itali GTO, which is, where is that? Itali GTO. It's just under 2 mil. Here it is. So GTO. It's kind of weird. I mean, the name of this car is just really strange. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't even say why Itali GTO Stinger TT. I don't. Whatever. Anyways, I mean, they should have just called it the Stinger TT by itself. I think that would have been a much better name. The GTO is just confusing. Not really necessary. But anyways, just under 2.4 mil. There's no trade price for this, so that's the actual price there. So very, very expensive sports car. I think that makes it the new most expensive sports car, I believe. I don't think there's anything more in terms of sports cars. Yeah, I think that's the new most expensive sports car, I think. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Well, no, the Champion is super. I keep forgetting, even though it has the performance of a mid-tier sports car. But, yeah, that seems to be the new most expensive sports car. So, pretty wild. For a Ferrari, well, and a GT Ferrari, not even like a high performance Ferrari. So here it is. I already bought it. Looks pretty good. I'd say the model is a bit big, but so is the Ferrari Roma in real life. It's not like a small car. It's a pretty big Grand Touring Ferrari. So in terms of what it's based on, even though we already discussed this in past videos, but you know, for this customization video, I always discuss this. So primarily based on the Ferrari Roma, absolutely gorgeous Ferrari. It's sort of like their GT Cruiser. It's not like a crazy high performance Ferrari. It's the comfortable, nice Ferrari for cruising and stuff, and high speed driving on the highway, and not really crazy track performance. So it looks fantastic. Absolutely love it. And believe it or not, for those of you on current gen, so PS5 and Series X/X Xbox, this vehicle does have HSW available. So we're going to go ahead and head out here to the LS Car Meet, and we're going to check out the HSW parts as well, and high performance stuff. Alright, so on the way here, I noticed the handling very strange on this car. The handling, like when you first steer, it's got this... It steers a certain way, and then just progressively gets faster randomly. Most cars in GTA, they just turn. This thing turn, and then boom, it just like turns really sharp. It's very, very strange. It's like it progressively turns faster as you hold, the analog stick to steer. It's very weird, very, very weird driving experience. But no handling flags from what I can tell, so that's good so far. Oh, and it has the active wing, like you saw, which the real Ferrari Roma has. So kind of cool that Rockstar kept that. Well, Rockstar put that. What's the prize ride this week? Looks like the Ponte Ruiner ZZX. Okay. And the Pajero also has HSW, as you can see there in the background. So these are the two vehicles in the update with HSW so far. There's drip feed cars that are also going to have some HSW, but so far it's the Itali GTO Stinger TT LMLP. Alright, mod vehicle.
Welcome to HSW.
Alright, HSW upgrade is, oh my god, really? 1.4 mil? 2.4 plus 1.4. My god, that's insanity. That's ridiculous. That's 3.8 million. Jeez, that's expensive. $3.8 million. That's just nuts. I mean, that's insanity. The new Jet has a trade price of 5 mil. You're paying almost $4 million. Well, upgrades are going to be over 4 million. That's insanity. Anyways, armor, brakes, bumpers, GT bumper. That's the most random little thing I've ever seen, but okay. Oh, so it's not carbon stock. Forged. I don't like the forged. Okay, I guess we'll do carbon GT. Very simple bumpers. Carbon diffuser, a carbon stock. Okay. Racer diffuser. Trim. What the heck is this? GT diffuser? Don't like that. HSW, forged carbon. And then, okay, that's it? Really? Huh. I do like the trim it adds here, but I don't like the reinforcement brackets. That looks so, I don't know, too much race car. It doesn't look good, you know? It's, I don't know. I guess we'll go with the carbon racer. I feel like this is, I mean, this is a car that you should really keep sort of like a GT look, not really like a race car look, because that's the design language it has. And this is huge, man. This fit on the side is just too excessive. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the carbon variant of the stock because it doesn't really match our front bumper. I think there's splitter options, which we'll get to. HSW tune, exhaust. Ooh, I like the dual round, dual race. Carbon copper, okay. Performance. Oh, that's like the, okay. Like the jet style, okay. Titanium performance. I do like the, I don't know which one I like better, the dual round or the race. I think of the dual round. Grill, aftermarket grill. Well, the stock grill is literally like, that's almost identical to the real Ferrari Roma grill. You got chrome, sports. I feel like this ruins the look of the car. Like, I don't know. GT. GT is pretty decent, I suppose. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think the stock, I mean, you can tell it's a Ferrari Roma with that grille. I feel like it needs that. These grills just make it look like a different car. I don't know. It looks kind of like, I don't know, Aston Martin-esque, Maserati-esque. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. I'm gonna keep the stock grille for this one. Hood, a secondary carbon. Ooh, street hood. Some vents there. Aftermarket. Okay, just like a little hood bulge. Vanity hood. Racing hood. That's from the, isn't it like the F12 TDF? That's what they copied that from. That's pretty sick. GT hood. Okay. HSW. That's all the options. That's kind of sick, actually. Not gonna lie. I do kind of like the. I do like that. The F12 TDF style hood. Even though it does look weird on this car. This is a strange car to customize because like you want to keep that GT sort of like tame look, but at the same time you also want to make it look a bit more like performance-esque. But it's just kind of hard to find a balance with a car like this. I mean, street hood probably the one that I like the most so far, but the TDF style hood's kind of cool too. Even though from far away it looks kind of like a carbon fiber mustache, you can't unsee it once you see it. Oh man. I think I'll go with this one. Okay, we'll do that. Lights. We'll do these xenons. So it's funny. So the headlights on this car. So the real one, it has those strips for the daytime running lights, kind of like that. But then above that, it has the actual headlight. So Rockstar decided to delete that on their variant, and they just made that like an intake. So your headlights is literally only those strips that you see here, nothing else. So, kind of interesting. Liveries, white stripes on a Ferrari. Please don't do that. Blue stripes, red stripe, yellow stripe. The Italian stripe's kind of cool. Rally division. There's a Ferrari that's like this. I forgot which one, but this is, doesn't the Monza have a livery kind of like this? I think. Okay. Narc 20. Fade away. Okay. HSW racing and HSW liveries. I think we'll come back to the liveries. Honestly, I think I'm not going to put a livery on this, like I was talking about earlier with the racing stuff. Italian stripe's kind of cool, but I've done that on so many cars at this point. I'm just tired of throwing the Italian stripe on everything. The Monza one's kind of cool. I think you could do a cool build. I think dark blue with this livery would look really good. So I think that's a really good option. Plates, we'll do black background. This plate's really big. This plate's bigger than a normal plate. It's kind of strange. I have my Ferrari plate, I think, somewhere in here. Right? Somewhere? I probably, oh, there it is. Respray. So, I mean, almost everyone, let me change the camera for some reason. This camera's a little, let's go to hood, and then we'll go to respray. Okay. So, almost everyone, you know, the classic Ferrari spec is just a bright red with a tan interior and call it a day. I want to go a bit dark. I'm still gonna paint it red, but I want to do something a bit darker. So I'm gonna go with a Cabernet red with pearlescent. We'll do a Torino red pearlescent. Oh yeah, Torino red pearlescent. Secondary is actually our rear spoiler. So because we have the pearlescent transferring over, if we keep it black, it's just gonna look weird with that pearlescent constantly transferring over, as you can see. So in this case, I mean, you can do white, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make it match so it just blends in. So we'll do Cabernet red, matching active wing there. Interior, I'm gonna go like a tannish style color. Look at that color combination, that's just beautiful. And I'm thinking straw brown. That's too dark. See here, there was one. Is it the bleach brown? That's the one. Yeah, bleach brown. Side skirts. We have carbon stocks. Wing skirts. Street. The street looks really good. It's like a bigger variant of the stock, or a different design. And you got the trim, different winglets, race skirts. I guess it really just depends. I think we have what the heck is this? Exclusive skirts. More like excessive skirts. That's ridiculous. What's that winglet for? That's insane. That's too much. And the forged stuff. Oh, that's terrible. I think I'm gonna do the carbon performance. I do like that. Actually, no, this one has that thing that dips down. Oh, a little winglet there. Where's the, here we go. It was the carbon street. Okay. Splitter. Okay, there are splitters. So fin splitter. That looks pretty good actually. I like the winglets there. Ooh, now you have an actual splitter, which looks kind of weird on the existing splitter. Carbon racer. Arc splitter. Carbon arc. Super splitter. That looks really good. I don't know, it just looks weird because we already have a splitter like this part of the bumper. So to me it looks like a double splitter, almost like a double chin. I don't know, just looks weird. And then you have different racing style ones here. I mean, you could do a race car build with this. That's what all the other crazy options are for. I feel like the carbon fin's the way to go because it isn't. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a carbon fin splitter. Spoiler. Ooh. Okay. Ducktail. Thank you, Rockstar. Thank you. What does this do? And then wow. Sports aftermarket. That's a good man. These lights are blinding. That's cool how they did that. It's kind of like splits it there. Carbon performance. I like that. And then you have different massive wings here. For those of you who like that. Lots of options here. Okay. I like the sports aftermarket, but it's not carbon, is it? It's just plastic. Why is there no carbon variants of this, Rockstar? Why didn't they? I'm confused as to why they didn't do that. But that's kind of cool. It kind of covers the tail lights too a little bit. I like that. Yeah, we'll go with a sports aftermarket, even though I wish it was carbon. But sun strips, suspension. This thing definitely needs to be lowered. Transmission, turbo. HSW wheels. Well, you guys know I mean I love the concave Mercies, and I think that will look really good on here too. So we'll do Mercy concave.
That is fresh to
The wheel
death.
fitment up front is not the best. I think this could use, yeah, we're gonna do like a bronze. No, dark copper, dark copper. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Windows. Can we black them out? Yeah, we'll black them out. And that's all the options there. Alright, not bad, not bad. Let's take it for a drive. You can't go on the candy red and like the goldish style wheels. Maybe I should have done the gold instead of a dark copper. I'll probably change that later, but other than that, I like the way this came out. Alright, so before we drive it, I brought it to the agency here because, believe it or not, this thing has HSW and it also has a Monitech. So that's, there you go, Monitech. I mean, that is absolutely wild. That's just nuts. So I mean, I think the armor plating looks kind of ugly personally. Yes, it gives you intense armor and stuff, but honestly, I think it's worth it just to bring it in here, missile lock jammer, and that's it. That way you don't have to worry about any other proximity mines too. Oil slick too. Look at that. Wow. You can have that. So I mean, yeah, I think it's worth it just to bring it in here for that stuff. And yeah, no, that's pretty sick. So definitely worth it for the missile lock jammer. All right, let's take it for a drive here. All right, floor it. Very, very, Jesus. Okay, brakes. Oh my God. So the active wing doesn't work when you have any spoiler upgrade, even the ducktail style option. So I guess you only get to keep the active wing if you have the stock spoiler. Turn. It does not like the bumps. Does not like the bumps. It's like really floaty over the bumps. The turn-in is still weird to me, and the back end's kind of loose. This is not an easy car to drive. This one definitely takes some skill. The Itali GTO is a lot easier. Brakes. There you go. That back end, you gotta be so careful. That back end just wants to snap. If you force it, that's what happens. Alright, so a little speed run here. Oh my God. That's yep. It always happens. Always when you're driving in GTA, anytime you're trying to like go extremely fast and do anything, you always get messed up by traffic. Okay, brakes. Look how long it took to brake. Oh my gosh. Alright, mid-drive. Very intense mid-drive. You know, this thing reminds me a lot of like the Carbonizare, which makes sense. Both front engine, like GT Ferraris. It reminds me more of the Carbonizare than the GTO. And this is rear-wheel drive. It's not all-wheel drive. Yeah, rear-wheel drive. Yeah, rear-wheel drive. I don't know. I think the regular version of this is not going to be anywhere near the GTO. So like the non-HSW in terms of performance, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the top. Maybe top 10 possibly, but I don't think anywhere near GTO or Pariah level. It doesn't feel that way. Now with HSW, that's a different story. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the new king of the class with HSW. I believe the current king is the S95 with HSW, so this one definitely might top that. But yeah, sick car. It's okay. I mean, I guess the reason it's so expensive is the way I guess Rockstar is looking at it. The reason it's so expensive is because it has HSW and a Monitech, mainly the Monitech. That's the reason it's so pricey. So it's kind of hard to argue it in that regard. If it didn't have a Monitech or HSW, you can definitely argue the price, because in that case you're just looking at customization and performance. But in this case, it's just so many different variables that it's really hard to judge the pricing on this, whether it's overpriced or not. Personally, I think it's a tad bit overpriced. That's just me. But it has HSW and a Monitech, so I mean, it is really difficult to judge. So I'll leave that up to you guys in the comments. I'm sort of like in between. I'm sort of unsure. You know, it's a really tough one to judge for sure. But let's open all the doors and stuff. Let me just park it over here. Just park right here. All right. Vehicle doors, and let's go into the interaction menu. Vehicle doors, all. So there's the engine model. I think that's just copy over paste from the GTO, which is not a bad thing. It's a great engine model. Love that. And it looks to be, I think the primary color transfers to the engine model, but like a worn sort of matte texture. Very nice. Got the interior there. Tiny trunk. Well, the texture quality in this trunk is absolute garbage. Look at that. That's really bad for a brand new DLC car. And then the spoiler is attached. Maybe the spoiler stays if you have the stock option, because it's an active wing. So how would the mechanism work if it just? I guess it gets deleted. That makes I don't know. That's weird. I guess it's a different system if you have the stock spoiler. So I'm gonna have to go look at that later. But yeah, not a bad car. Pricing is all, I guess, in terms of like what you think. It's all in terms of like preference based, and I mean the car itself. Do I think it's worth 2.3 mil? Let's say it didn't have HSW or Money Tech. I think it's definitely not worth it. But with that, it definitely makes it seem like it's more worth it. But again, it's a lot of money for a car. Definitely a lot of money for a car, and you gotta consider a lot of factors before you buy this. But anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.